Welcome to the More You Nona. My name is Kendrick and I am your Lake Nona expert. And today we are at Food for Thought Therapy right here in Lake Nona. Let's go check them out.
I'm looking for a tall man who can lift me up my feet, who can take me higher, show me things I've never seen. Hey, Mr. Postman, can you give me what I need?
Well, Kelly, thank you so much for having us in today. Tell us a little bit about Food for Thought Therapy.
So we are a speech pathology company. We service kids from pretty much birth to 18, and we specialize in feeding therapy. So helping kids that are severely picky eaters, losing foods, maybe averse to different textures in their mouth, all the way up to teens who are really anxious around trying new foods.
And your background, you actually started at Nemours Children's Hospital. Mm-hmm. What prompted you to want to start your own business?
I did. So, and it was great. I ran the feeding clinic there. I learned a lot. I worked with some great therapists and great physicians. And there was just such a need in the community that I really thought I could serve the community better, being out of the hospital and doing my own thing. So I drove around visiting families in homes and daycares, and then we built this place. And we've been open now for about 5 months, and it's going great.
So, Kelly, are we able to go into one of the evaluation rooms, and can you walk me through the evaluation process?
Yeah, of course. You want to come take a look?
Let's go do it.
All right, let's go. So the first session is a lot of parent interview. We really want to get a good idea of what's going on with your child. A lot of times they'll play with a variety of toys that we then can also use in therapy, because we get to know the child, what their personality is like, what motivates them, and what they really enjoy. There'll be an oral motor exam with food. They'll be looking at some foods that they love to eat, if the volume's okay, and then they'll be looking at foods that they don't necessarily accept, and see what their reaction is, because every kid is different. We really need to know what we're getting into before we set a therapy plan and goals.
Show me things I've never seen. Hey, Mr. Postman, can you give me what I need?
Kelly, what are some maybe flags that parents should be looking for that would make them say, hey, maybe I should bring my child to Food for Thought Therapy so that they can get evaluated and maybe check out the process in regards to maybe some eating and maybe some potential speech issues as well?
So that's a great question. Actually, parents ask that all the time. So every kid, when they're 18 months or 2 years old, they all regress and become super picky, and that's a very natural thing for them to do. It's very developmentally appropriate. It's when those restrictions become so restricted that they start losing a lot of foods. Maybe they have less than 20 foods. It's kind of a big red flag, or they're only eating from one category. Like, my child will only eat all smooth foods or all crunchy foods. Also, if they're complaining of tummy pain, if they're still vomiting or have reflux, or if they're constipated, any type of tummy issues we really need to deal with as well, because that can lead to picky eating too. So those are all huge signs. In terms of speech and language, there's a lot of red flags with that too. You know, by 1 year old, kids should be really babbling a lot, starting to say some first words around 12 to 18 months, and by 2 years, they really have a pretty big vocabulary, 50 words, starting to put 2 words together. Instead of just mommy or daddy, they're starting to say mommy up, daddy milk. So we want them to do those 2-word combinations by 2 years old.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today at Food for Thought Therapy. If you want to know more, make sure you click on the website below, and of course, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to follow.